The film begins with the powerful image of a goddess statue that stands as a symbol of wealth and livelihood in a small isolated village called Tumar. The villagers believe that the statue has the power to bring them prosperity, providing them with food and money. People turn to the statue for their survival and worship it, hoping for a blessing that will ensure their well-being. The villagers trust that the goddess will continue to provide for them, maintain their livelihood, and help them endure the harsh reality of life. The story then takes us back to a time when the world as we know it did not even exist. The goddess gave birth to many children in her role as a creator. One of them was her first son, Hester. Hester is her favorite, but as time passes, he is overcome by greed. His desire for power and control grows stronger, and he covets his mother's wealth and the food she provides. Hester is everyone. He wants money, food, and the power to rule. His growing ambition leads him to steal gold from the goddess, and when he tries to take her food, his siblings attack him to stop him. In the ensuing struggle, Hester is almost killed by her brothers who are protecting their mother Sesosir. However, the idea of the goddess that the villagers see comes into play. It is the idol that saves Hester from her siblings. But then the goddess decides to punish her son for his greed. She places a curse on him and his worshippers, forbidding anyone to worship her. The curse is harsh. The land is plagued by incessant rain and the villages submerged in endless downpours. Life in the refugees of rain becomes increasingly difficult, and the villagers have to deal with the curse that has turned their lives into a struggle for survival. Years pass and the goddess takes her son Hester away. Tumbat hides in the village. Over time, the village becomes a place where worship of Hester takes root. Despite the curse and the ban on worship, the villagers continue to honor Hester. They build a temple in her name, attracted by the idea of riches and treasures that they think Hester's spirit can see. The village gradually changes, and people begin to forget the real consequences of their greed. A woman from the village who has lived through the curse goes to meet a man named Sakar, who is an influential person in Tumbat, and he asks him for a gold coin which is said to symbolize the wealth that the goddess once offered. Sarkar tells her that the coin will not be given easily and that she will have to do something in return. The woman is desperate, driven by the need to find a way out of the curse and poverty that plagues her life. Sarkar. After her death, the woman and her two sons, Vinayak and Sadashiv, are left to fend for themselves. The story focuses on these two brothers who begin to question the world around them and the legacy of greed that has shaped their lives. Vinayak, the elder of the two brothers, is particularly affected by the desire for wealth. His mother's obsession with the government's gold coins and the promise of treasure compels him to return to Tumbal. After years, even though he had promised his mother that he would never return, his desire for wealth consumes him, and he believes that the treasure hidden in the village is the key to his escape from poverty. His sense of greed grows on his journey as he discovers that his grandmother is still alive, who lives in a house surrounded by a large tree. She has also been affected by the curse and tells him about a treasure hidden in a well. Vinayak's quest to find the treasure ends in a complete ruin. He soon discovers the treasure is in the well and begins to plan to get it back. However, he does not yet know how to get it. As he prepares for his mission, he is driven by the thought of wealth. Unaware of the dangers that lie ahead, his grandmother reveals to him the secret to getting the treasure back, but at a great cost. The more Vinayak learns, the more he gets entangled in the dark web of greed that has already taken the lives of many in the village. Vinayak finally succeeds in finding the treasure hidden in the well, and as he starts collecting gold coins, he becomes rich. His life changes dramatically, and he lives a life of luxury, completely satisfied with the money he has earned. However, his newfound wealth comes at a price. A greedy priest, who was once indebted to Vinayak, pursues him and tries to uncover the secret of the well. Like the priest, Vinayak, he is tempted by the lure of wealth and tries to steal the treasure for himself. However, his greed leads to his downfall, and he too falls prey to the curse of immortality, like Vinayak's grandmother. The curse of greed continues to haunt the characters. In the years to come, Vinayak's son, who has grown up, is trained to follow his father. Vinayak teaches him how to retrieve the treasure from the well. Hester is distracted by using the wheat doll as his grandmother once did, but as soon as they descend into the well together, the curse begins to take its toll on Vinayak's son. He too is overcome by greed and immortality. Vinayak gets caught in a cycle of desire for the treasure, while his father uses the gold to make their lives better. In the end, Vinayak makes the ultimate sacrifice. He realizes the true value of the treasure, and in a moment of clarity, he decides to sacrifice himself to save his son. Vinayak's son, seeing his father's pain and suffering, understands the true nature of the curse. He sees his father's rotting body as he had once seen his grandmother's body. The curse has taken another life, and Vinayak's daughter comes to the painful realization that greed has destroyed them all. The son, now left with the treasure, burns his father's body, ending the curse. He is the final victim of the greed that has plagued his family for generations. The more of the story becomes clear, greed is a curse that destroys everything that comes in its way, and no amount of treasure can bring true happiness or escape its consequences.